Welcome to the show where we talk all things weightlifting. I'm your host, Seb Ostrovich, aka the voice of the people, and this is the Weightlifting House podcast. Hello and welcome back to this week's episode of the Weightlifting House podcast with your host, Seb Ostrovich, the voice of the people, joined of course by the People's Product Developer. What am I doing?
Incorrect.
Head of Product.
Start again. Yes.
The People's Head of Product. It's Nick Grew. And on today's episode, we're going to talk about the new world standards because finally, new weight classes are in, new world standards are in, which means new world records are now known, at least what athletes are going to have to hit to set new world records. But before we do that, I'm going to try, Nick, impromptu, to do a product plug without a script.
Let's hear it.
The new 5mm neoprene. You tell me. I mean, you're the product developer.
Yeah.
Yeah, neoprene knee sleeves are now available at weightliftinghouse.com. We've got the 7mm heavy duty. We got the 1.5 Chinese. This is your meat in the middle. They're going to provide you with a lot of support, but they're also going to keep your knees nice and warm. They're not going to be a pain to get on. They're not like super heavy duty, crazy 7mm ones like we have, which just blow up your squat, but are not easy to put on. And they're not like the thin Chinese ones, which, let's be honest, feel really nice and give you warmth, but they're not making you much stronger. This is a nice middle ground. So for those of you who want something in the middle, the new 5mm is there for you, and you can get up to 33% off because they're included in our buy any two, get one free. 3 for 2 deal. So you can go and grab yourself, a new leather belt, a pair of the 5mm knee sleeves, and then chuck in a free something else as well. We've also got a fly in the studio, so apologies if you hear any buzzing, because these mics, well, they're not actually very sensitive, but I can hear it in my headphones. Anyway, that's the plug. I'll put a link. No, I'll put the link to those 5mm down below so you can go check them out. But they're amazing, and you'll definitely like them. Okay, so I think we probably require a little bit of context for this one. So every time the weight classes change for whatever reason, and we can go through the reasons if you want, but every time they change, of course, we then need to have new standards which have to be broken in order to set new world records. You couldn't, for example, just change the weight classes and then say every lift is a world record. Otherwise, you're going to have...
It's a lot of world records.
A lot of people set world records in that first, C session, B session, into the A session. You sort of need to, in order to hold on to the integrity and the importance of what a world record means, you need to set it at something pretty high so that almost nobody can get it. And maybe nobody gets it for a year or two. But when they do it, you feel like, okay, that makes sense that that's a world record. That kind of fits in with some of the biggest lifts that we've seen over the last few decades. And finally, we've got those numbers. I was actually sent these a little while ago. I won't say by who because that might not be allowed. But so I had a little bit of a look. I never really sent them over to Nick because I wanted these to be, fresh for him, hearing them on the podcast. You've not actually looked through them, have you?
No.
So you kind of have no idea what they are. So we're going to go through them. I'm also going to explain how they got to these new world standards because I think that's important.
Yeah.
They didn't pluck the numbers out from, insert rude orifice here.
Good of the IFF, is it? IWF, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So they've actually done it, and I'm relatively happy with the way they've done it. I think it's quite good. They've plotted on a graph. Y-axis is weight. X-axis is body weight. So weight on the bar versus body weight. And they've just put in like the current ones. So the 55 kilo snatch record was 135. The 61 was 146. All the way up to the 89 was 183. Carlos 96 was 188. Carlos, and then you had 200 at 109 and 225 at super. So they plot them all down and they draw a line to kind of fit them. And of course, you can't have a line of complete best fit because some world records are a little bit more impressive than others. You can see, well, you can't, but I can see on this graph that the 169 kilo snatch world record, for example, by Shiziong in the 73s, was a massive outlier in terms of how good it was. I can also see that below the average line, Carlos's 188 wasn't as impressive as his 183. The 191 world record that never got broken in the 102s, that was also probably the least impressive. That was the lowest level snatch that anyone could have hit to set a world record, and it still wasn't hit. So that's a good idea, basically. They draw this line, and then they put in on the x-axis the new weight categories, so 60, 65, 71, 79, 88, 94, 110, and super. And they see exactly what it would be if it was plotted on that line. And then what they've done is they've gone down 3%. So they've taken 97% of what the current world record would be in that category, because they want to give sort of fair opportunity for. They gave a reason. They want to basically make sure that. Let's see, what did they say? By using actual old body weight category records as a basis, the standards maintain the sport's integrity while supporting future growth. So it maintains the integrity by making sure that it's still very difficult to hit, but while supporting future growth, i.e. people will probably be able to hit these within the first couple of years of their existence, and then new world records can continue to go. So what I thought we would do is go through these new categories, say what the world standards are. Bear in mind, you have to beat the world standard by a kilo to set a world record, and then maybe have a little play around with who do we think is going to set that world record, or at the very least, which of these are easy, which are hard. We might want to do another episode where we predict all the world records that are going to be set at, the world champs.
Yeah.
But for this, I reckon we can just sort of look at it and say, okay, well, that new 60 kilo snatch record is pretty tough. The only person I think who can hit it is XYZ, and sort of go through like that.
Sounds good.
Let's start on the men's side, then move over to the women's.
Cool.
Okay, so the new weight categories on the men's side, the 60 kilo class. Bear in mind, the 61 kilo world records were 146, 176. That was Lee Farbin in the snatch and Hampton Morris in the clean and jerk, and then 318 in the clean and jerk by Lee Farbin. So 146, 176. The new world standards are 141, 172. So we're down 5 in the snatch, we're down 4 in the clean and jerk, but we're down 1 in body weight. So to me, those look very, very reasonable numbers.
Yeah, it's interesting that obviously a lot of those 61s are probably going to go up to 65 quite quickly.
That's the issue, isn't it?
So are any of them going to hang around at that body weight
Mm-hmm.
and take those records? Probably some are.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you thinking on the snatch then to start with? 141.
That to me seems like the hardest one.
Yeah.
Because Lee Farbin was sort of the only guy doing it. Maybe there are a few people who are kind of getting close. But I think, like you said, because that's now not going to be an Olympic category, the top talent will move up a class.
Mm-hmm.
For example, if Lee Farbin does decide to come back, he'll probably go 65.
Yeah.
So I actually don't know who can break that. I have different opinion on the clean and jerk though. Park Myung-jin, he did 173 at the World Championships. He's clean and jerked over 170 a few times. And I think he will stay in that. I think he'll cut a kilo and he'll stay in that 60 kilo class because his teammates will go up. So I think he's going to be able to set that world record, and he might set it at the first competition.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, isn't it? See who hangs around.
Yeah. Let's go up to, in fact, let's, instead of doing all men, all women, let's do like the first half men, first half women, second half men, second half women. 65 kilo men.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the category to compare with was the old 67s. So we had a 155 snatch, Huang Minhao, and a 190 clean and jerk, Ri Wonju, and then the world record total 339 by Chen Lijun. So the new 65 kilo categories, 148, 180, and a 322 total.
Chen Lijun.
Yeah.
What's happening there? I know this is off topic, isn't it? Sorry. But
I saw him in the gym the other day. Not here. Not down in the UK. No, on Instagram. I saw him. He was in the background of somebody's lift. So I don't know. But when was the last time we saw him? Was it? He was a 61 in Thailand.
Yeah, he came for a little late
He had a go.
battle against Lee Farbin.
Yeah, he had a good go. And he had a good go.
65 might be a nice little category
Yeah,
for
that
him,
could be good for him. Yeah, that could work. So 148 snatch, not easy, but yeah, that's going.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, you've got a couple of the North Koreans are already in the mid to high 40s and the 67s. And then China's new 67, Zhang Jinhao.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Park Pyeol snatched 150 already. Zhang Jinhao snatched 151 with the press out. So that's gonna go at some point. Clean and jerk 180. That's gonna go like so many times.
Straight away.
Probably back and forth.
Yeah.
That's one of those categories where you might get 3 world records in a session.
Yeah.
I think, to be honest with you. That just looks too easy. Let's go 71s. So the comparable would be the 73 kilo category, made famous by Shizyong, Rizki, and Rahmat, who incidentally hold all of the world records. 169, 205, 365. So now these athletes are going to weigh 2 kilos less, and the records are 156, 190, 340.
Again, are any of those 73s going to want to cut down?
And give it a go.
Because any 67 is probably going to they're probably going to go 65.
It's an odd category, that 71, because it's going to be non-Olympic, and no one's going to go there?
Unless a 73 who wants to slowly work their way down to 65 finds themselves at 71 in Norway. That could happen.
Yeah. I mean, the numbers themselves seem very comfortable, in my opinion. A 71 clean and jerking 190.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
We saw so many pushing to the high 90s. So
yeah. There might have been 7 73s who went over 190 in the last quad.
Do you want to go for it?
Oh, okay. Rahmat, Shi, Rizki.
We're a fun.
Yamamoto. Bak Jiyo.
Venezuela. He might have not actually.
Julio Mayora. Yeah, he would have done.
Yeah.
I forgot about him.
How many is that? That's like 6, right?
I think that's 7.
Let's stop
And I think there are more, but yeah, that's pretty good going.
Bozidar?
Yeah, Bozidar. Yeah, he did 193. Oh, what are we doing? 190. Ozbek. Gench, 93. Oh, this flies. Because we can't catch it. Oh, apologies if you hear it on the mic, like we said. It's in the studio. I don't know how it got down here. We're literally underground. But, okay. So, next category before we move over to the women. This is a fun
79.
one. The 79s. So, of course, this is more comparable to the 81s. The world records there, Lee Dai-yin, snatch 175, Rahmat clean and jerk 209, and Liu Zhaojun, what a legend, totaled 378. The new records at 79 are 165, 202, and 361.
I mean, the 202 is gonna be one of those that goes a lot.
Yeah, I mean, that first world's Ri Chong-song, Alexei Cherkin, Rahmat Rizki, they can all beat that.
65.
The 65 is...
That's more difficult, isn't it?
It's really far below what it was. I mean, 175 Lee Dai-yin at 81. But there isn't that... No one has yet defined themselves or solidified themselves in this group as the snatcher. You're either an all-rounder or you're a clean and jerk sensation.
I mean, we've seen...
Cherkin is sort of
one. I was supposed to say Cherkin, but he's going to be coming down. And he has...
But not by
much. We've seen him done 160.
We've seen him double 160.
Yeah, very nicely.
Yeah, so 166. I mean, Ri Chong-song will hit it one day.
Rahmat, that Rahmat session where he snatched 160 in Thailand in the training hall.
Yeah, I mean, when he's in shape, Rahmat could have a pop. Rizki snatched 164 at 73. So he definitely can do it when he's in shape.
It's just when he wants to get in shape.
Yeah, it's just when he does it. And then the 202. I mean, I would say, okay, Nick, in the fullness of time, it's LA 2028.
Right.
What's the clean and jerk record in this category?
I mean, Rahmat's going to push it up. It could be 212 Yeah,
I was going to say 212.
Okay.
I was actually going to say 211, but I think 212 is better.
Yeah,
212, something like that. So that could be the one that almost improves by the most.
Yeah, I think that clean and jerk's going to go very quickly. The snatch, it will go, but maybe not right away.
I reckon maybe not this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, not this year. Okay, let's move over to the women's then, because we've got some new categories. And also, for the first time, we now have categories that have previously existed, which we can compare against as well. So the women's 48s, previously it was, of course, we'd call it the 49 kilo category is the most similar. And the records there, 97 in the snatch, Hu Jihui, 125 clean and jerk, Ri Song-gum, 221 total, also Ri Song-gum. I would say very big lifts, 97, 125. The standard now, 93, 119.
Yeah.
And 210. But we're in that situation that you said, Nick, in that first men's one where it's like, yeah, if Ri Song-gum goes down a kilo, she'll beat them all easily.
She might do that, mightn't she?
She might.
Yeah.
But how many of them are going to go up to 53?
A lot of them.
Yeah.
I can see her going down.
How many is anyone going to do 120 clean and jerk at 48? Or if you're of the talent level where you can clean and jerk 120 at 48, you've got to be a 53.
Unless you want to just go and take that world record. I mean, like for
yeah. Ri Song-gum should stay. I reckon she should go 48
for Norway at least.
For Norway, get all the world records, make them so high that no one else is ever going to get them.
She's going to look at getting
and then go
double world records.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
It's a good start to the quad.
Yeah, that would be pretty cheeky.
So I think that could go if that happens. It's a big if.
Yeah. Worth looking at some historic records though, because the 48 kilo class did exist. It was a 98 kilo snatch record, a 120 clean and jerk record, 217. So already you can see that
clean jerk is high. Then
the clean jerk is very high. It's only now because of very few people that it's been pushed as high as it currently is.
Who held those records?
Yang Lian, China, Chen Zhejia, China, and then Yang Lian in the total as well, 217 total. So, yeah, they're pretty high in the clean jerk. 119 is massive. Weightlifting house accessories are chosen by world record holders, Olympic champions, and lifters like you. Our belts, knee sleeves, wrist straps, and straps are designed to handle intense training and perform at the absolute highest level. Right now, we're offering 3 for 2 on all accessories at weightliftinghouse.com. Pick up a belt, knee sleeves, or any combination you choose and get one item for free. Chosen by champions like Carlos Cesar, Rahmat Owen Abdullah, and Yenny Alvarez, Weightlifting House is worn by the best. Head to weightliftinghouse.com or click the link in the description to start training like the pros and walk away with a free accessory. That's weightliftinghouse.com. Okay, over to the 53s then. You know what? When there's so many changes in weight categories, sometimes it's hard to remember what exists now and what didn't or whatever. So the 55s is the current one, and they're all held by Kan Hyung-kyung from North Korea, 104, 131, 235. The new standards are 99, 126, 223. This is a category that we can actually think through because you've got 49s coming up and a few 55s coming down.
Mm-hmm.
But realistically, it's probably going to be the 49s who end up with it because there aren't really any. Other than the North Korean, there aren't any 55s who are world record level because they would have been in Olympic categories and they're not. So that 99 snatch is gone.
Who's taking it first?
I don't know. I mean, if Ri Song-gum goes up, she can do it.
Yeah, it depends,
I know we've said this before, but she's going to be so round. She's so short.
She's very
short. The 126, that's not easy, actually, That's really... only Ri Song-gum maybe can do that. That's a massive lift.
Yeah.
126, blimey. Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, bar Ri Song-gum at 49, the clean jerk record was 119?
No, 120.
120.
Both Hu Jihui and Zhang Huihua did 120. And then the new one, Liang someone in Bahrain. All three of them have done 120 now, which is mad. All right, 58. Do you want to read those out while I have a sip of my decaf cough?
58s, we've had decaf cough. 58s, we've got 105 for the snatch, 132 for the clean jerk, and then 235 in the total.
Mm-hmm. And that's compared against the previous 59. So very similar, which were all held by North Korea's Kim Il-kyung, 111, 141, 249. So, I mean, they're quite far down. 105 to 111, 132 to 141. I mean, I already can... Lo Shifan can do it. Pei Jin-yi can do it. I would... Wait, this is not Olympic category, though, is it? It's not going to be. I was going to say Mo Sharon can do it, but she'll go 63 as well.
So this 58, it could be that a 55 is on their way up to 63.
Or a 59 just doesn't bother.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure there are people who are thinking, well, I'm going to have to go 63, but I'll cut down for this.
Yeah. I hope that does happen for the first.
Yeah, for the first Worlds. Maybe two.
Yeah, it just makes it better to watch the competition as a whole when you haven't got these categories that are sort of bare.
Yeah, the spreading out of athletes into Olympic categories does make the non-Olympic categories lose something.
Yeah,
obviously,
for sure.
North Korea helped us out because they hooked us up by being ineligible for the Olympics. So they really just didn't care and they just went all out. But in general, it's a shame. Okay, then 63, we can compare that to the old... Wait, actually, the 58 was a weight class as well back in the day.
Okay.
I should mention that. So the old... No, it wasn't. It was the 59s. No, it wasn't. Hold up. It was 58. Boyanka Kostova, 112. That's massive. And then Kuo Seung-chun, 142. That's crazy. And then Boyanka Kostova, 252. So those are the historic ones. And then if we then compare, we've got the new 63 kilo class, which we compare with the 64s.
Yeah.
Deng Wei had a 117 snatch. Ri Suk had a 149 and a 264 total. Ri Suk is just, that 149, she's going to demolish.
Yeah, for sure.
And the new records then, 110, 139, 246. So you're telling me that Ri Suk has only got to cut one more kilo, and she's already probably the fluffiest North Korean in the entire team. She's only got to cut one more kilo, and she's clean and jerk 10 kilos more than the current.
I was just going to ask,
new one.
What's her openers usually?
Well, I'll tell you that when she did the 149, she opened at 143. And the current world standard is 139. So she's going to open up. She might do 3 world records. I've never seen that.
Yeah, wow.
I've seen 2.
Yeah.
I've never seen 3.
Who have you seen 2 from?
Rahmat.
When was
202, 204. Asian Champs 2023. 2024.
Yeah.
And I know that it's happened another time because when I brought it up, then Nat said to me, well, you forgot about this one. And I thought, oh, that's so annoying that he thinks I don't know that. And now I've forgotten it as well. So
there's going to be another one.
It was. I tell you what, it might have been. It was Ri Song-gum, Asian Games 2023.
Okay.
I think she did like 121 and then 122 straight after, which is not bad either.
No.
You got an eye out for that fly, haven't you? Yeah, it's buzzing around my head.
Ready to pounce.
I wish we were filming this. Okay, let's go back to the men's then and do the heaviest 4 categories, starting with the 88 kilo class. So obviously we're all very familiar with the 89 kilo class. The world records were 183, Carlos Nassar, 224, Carlos Nassar, 405?
It's from the Olympics, was it?
No, from Worlds last year. Let me just confirm it. I mean, it definitely was Worlds last year. It's just, was it 405? It was.
404 was the Olympics, wasn't it?
Yeah, 405. And he did them, he did all 3. Wow. That's
so
crazy,
88 is not going to be Olympic.
So it's not going to be Olympic, but the world records are 175, 214, 383.
Just trying to think who's going to be hanging around at 88.
I mean, I think that snatch is not getting set. That's going to be like the old 102 snatch record. What 88 is going to snatch 176? Unless...
Marin Robu.
Yeah, it's a good
Yeah.
shout.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good shout. If Jason Lopez doesn't go up, he'll do it.
Yeah, that might be more likely.
It comes down to how quickly people spread out, isn't it? Because that can be hit by those two.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not Robu.
No,
That's
I mean,
really
that's
pushing it.
Yeah.
That's basically a bit more than his best ever.
Yeah.
I mean, only a kilo more than his best. So it's sort of like possible, but I think maybe it's only Jason Lopez who could do it. Or if he was in good shape, Kademar.
Yeah, I was about to say Kademar, and he's just looking like he's getting in good shape.
He is, yeah. And then 214.
Again, it's sort of a similar...
Oh, do you know who I'm putting on that? Well, there's few. Ro Kwang Ryol, North Korea.
Yeah.
Eventually, Pan Yin-hwa.
Good shout.
Maybe Lee Dae-in.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because he'd need 215. His best ever's 216. I don't know if he's ever doing that again. That was like the perfect
Clean
day, wasn't
jerks
it?
over 205 looked tough for him as
Yeah,
well.
they do. Okay, cool. 94 kilo category. This is also one that used to be a class, so we should talk about the old categories. The current world records in the 96, you've got 188 Carlos Nassar, 231 Tian Tao, 417 Carlos Nassar. And then the old world records were 189, which would have been Sarab Maradi.
189.
Yeah.
Nice.
233 Sarab Maradi, 417 Sarab Maradi. So 189, 233, 417. And those are quite helpful because they were all set at the end of the last weight classes.
Right.
So they're all within those were all set from 2017 to 2018. So we can kind of compare him because they're the same level, same sort of era.
I'm looking at these. Have you said the new?
No, I haven't.
Go on.
181 snatch, 221 clean and jerk, 396 total.
I'm looking at those and thinking
They're going to get wrecked.
they're sounding like second attempts for Carlos.
Yeah.
I think that's sort of the jumps he was taking in Moldova, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, now that he's snatching 188,
That 188.
he's going to be snatching more than the 181 stand. He'll set world record on his second attempt for sure. It's a bit ridiculous, really, because he could go 182 world record, 185 world record, and just leave it there.
Mm-hmm.
Then 222 clean jerk world record,
230.
and he'll have already set a world record total on his opener. He could get 2 snatch, 2 clean and jerk, 3 total, and have 7 world records in that. It's a bit too easy for him, I think. Who else at 94 though?
I was sort of thinking that. Is there anyone who can sneak in before him? And
Lopez,
yeah.
if he's there. Jason Lopez will easily not easily, he can make that snatch. It's in the cleaner jerk that I'm thinking. Are there any good 94s that we think can get into that low 220s?
Any 89s that are coming up who were clean and jerking mid?
Oh, do you know who else can get the snatch? Maybe. Nagisa?
Yeah,
Maybe.
I'm blanking a bit here.
Yeah, so am I. Oh, we've talked about so much
There
weightlifting
must
today.
be. Yeah.
I don't know because Nagisa's 214-ish, Won Jombyom's 214, Ali Alipur 214. This is just from Worlds. I just don't... I think we are... For too long, all the best weightlifters have gone 102, 88. Sorry, 89.
Yeah.
And we just haven't got any mid-90 kilo men who are strong in the clean and jerk other than Carlos. I think he's going to have a very easy ride, which is a real shame. I'd love to see some real pressure. I mean, if the stars align and he decides to cut down, I would say miso.
For the clean jerk.
If he decides to cut it. Who have you got? One John Bomb?
Yeah.
South Korea. What's he done?
I don't
218?
know. Yeah, 219 there. That was Thailand.
219 at 96.
96. Yeah. There's not many people there, is there, in that 96 category? 94 category?
No. Yeah, Carlos is going to walk away with some of this, I think. Okay, so next up, the 110 class. Now, this also used to be an old category, so we've got to go back quite a long way to get this one. But the old world records in this class are pretty much legendary. 210, Yuri Zakharevich. He is the heaviest person to snatch 100 kilos over body weight ever. 250.5, Yuri Zakharevich, and 455. I mean, those numbers, if you're a super and you do 210, 250,
You're pretty chuffed with that.
you're a medalist at Worlds easily. And he did that in the 110 class. The 109 records that we're sort of comparing to, I suppose, were 200 by Yang Zhe from China, 242 from Uncle Russ, Ruslan Nuruddin of Uzbekistan, and 435, 20 kilos below what Zakharevich did. That was Martirosyan. So the snatch was 10 kilos down, the clean and jerk was 8.5, and the total was 20. The new world standards, 195, 237, 427.
I can't believe we never saw a 190 plus snatch last quad in the 102s.
In the 102s, we didn't, no. In the 109s, we did at the start. But I'm looking at this. I'm not sure anyone's going to snatch that. They need 196.
Akbar would need to get back to his best ever.
All-time bests.
Simone would have to get back to his best ever.
Simone he can't do that.
No.
He can't get back there. I don't think Garrett can do it ever. I don't think he's... No, I don't think he can.
Yeah, maybe 95 is a push. I think he can get to 90.
Could Hassan Bayev do it?
We saw them snatch 190 in the training hall, didn't we?
Yeah.
He needs a bit of weight on him. That extra body weight could help.
Ruslan can't...
I mean, maybe like a Hassan Bayev is the best shout.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean, I just think that's a big snatch. We haven't had any... It's been a while since we've had non-super snatching mid-90s.
Yeah.
We had a flurry of them in 2019, but that's it. Whereas the clean and jerk, 237... Well, it is actually very tough.
Yeah, it's not easy.
I'd say it's only Uncle Russ. It would take a lot for Colby to get there one day.
Yeah.
It's not out of the question for him because he's got great rate of progress.
What's Liu Hin on his best day?
Who?
Liu Huanhua.
Oh. At 110?
Yeah.
He did, 232 at 102? Maybe 238.
Antropov?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
No, I don't know either because I think some of them are just being forced up and up and up in categories that they have no business being in. I mean, Liu Hanhua is a 94. He is.
Yeah, it's
he's a 94. He should never have even been 102. I mean, obviously they made the right choice and put him in, but really he was never a 102, and now he's a 110.
Do you think he's going to go all the way to 110?
Apparently. That's what he
As
said.
in, like...
Oh, do you think he'll weigh that?
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll be able to.
He might be better just sitting at...
105.
Yeah.
Tops. Yeah. Just feeling a bit more athletic and happy and healthy. I think probably.
Yeah.
Okay, final category then. This one's funny. The supers. The plus 110. So we all know the world records there because they're all lashes.
Yeah.
225, 267, 477. Sorry, 492.
492.
I was reading 477 off there because that's a new one. 492. You can shop it at Weightlifting House. Nice. The Lasher collection. The new records, though, 218, 260, 477. Now, it's not comical, but the funny thing here is that the curve meets Lash's performance where he hit the 225. So they've basically dropped 3%, and they've ended up at 218. What they've failed to take into account, or maybe they haven't, but there's nothing they can do, is the fact that no one has ever snatched 3% less than, or within 3% of Lasher. So 218 is still more than anyone's ever snatched.
It is.
So no one can snatch 219.
No.
Well, I mean, maybe we will see Lalian and Gore try it for another few years.
Yeah, so I'm thinking it's sort of in the ballpark area where
it would be, and then it's going to last for another decade.
Yeah.
No one's going to get there. How have we had those two? Both come from Armenia, both snatching so much.
Probably from the same village.
Yeah, it's amazing, really. And then 260, I mean, Yousefi.
Yeah.
He's already surpassed it.
Mm-hmm.
They just hadn't put it in place yet. So in some ways, he's already sort of set a world record.
So we'll see if he takes that in Norway.
Yeah.
If he's back from his surgery quick enough.
And then the total, even though it's 15 kilos less than Lasher, I think that's absolutely impossible for anyone. 477. I mean, nobody is doing 210, 267.
No.
Nobody's doing 217, 260.
No, they're not.
They're not. The only person capable is probably Lalian.
Ali Amar packs on another 50 kilos of body weight.
Maybe. Give him some time. It's tough, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, women's.
Let's go back to the women's.
So they have the new 69 kilo category, which also used to be one. So we'll take a look at the historic. Historic records at 69 for women were 123 snatch. Oh, what? Yeah. Slivenko. 157 clean and jerk. Oh, this is ridiculous. This was a crazy era of Russia, China, Azerbaijan, North Korea. I mean, you just can't really.
I mean, you say that 57's ridiculous.
True. No, you're right. Yeah.
Olivia's.
Yeah, you're right.
Just hit 155 on her way down to 69.
You're right, actually. I mean, these numbers are actually very. So 123, 157, 276. And then the current ones to look at, the 71s, which are 122, Yang
Very
Kuijia,
recently, yeah.
155, Song Kuk Yang, 276, Song Kuk Yang. And the new ones at 69 are 116, 145, 259. So Olivia, who competes at 69 in the Pan American Champs, which might have happened by the time you even hear this, I don't know. She just doubled 115 in the snatch in training. She only needs 117 for a world record. So she's hitting
that could be second attempts.
It could be, yeah.
Yeah.
She could go 112, 117, 120. And then clean and jerk, she could do the same thing. 140, 146 world record, 150.
Yeah.
And then take them in the total as well.
Is anyone else going to be at 69 in that quad? Because it's Olivia coming down to then go back up to the 77 category.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. I'm thinking Rim Un Sim, the 64 from North Korea.
He might come back. He might go up.
Yeah. Does she go up? She's done. We're talking like she snatched 116 in the 64s at Worlds.
Okay.
So she can do it for sure.
Depends how high Olivia maybe pushes them before Norway, I guess.
Yeah. And she's clean and jerked like I want to say 47 before.
She might.
So she can definitely do it.
She might struggle to take that from Olivia, though. If Olivia does push it up into the 50s.
So the 70, no, what is it next? 77
next, yeah.
There's never been that category. So, and there's nothing really, well, I guess, no, you've got the 76s. The old/current 76 records, 125 Lao Guifang, 156 Zhang Wang Li, and 279 Lao Guifang. They are changing to the 77 kilo category ones, which are 122, 154, 274. I got 3 words for you.
Hit me.
Olivia, Lau, Song. I mean, they can all do all 3, can't they?
Yeah. I know it's going to be very exciting for that.
Yeah, that's another of those categories where
It's going to go...
we could see a few on both lifts, potentially. You could potentially see them all go, like Olivia 23, Song 24, Lau 25. Same thing in the clean and jerk.
Yeah.
You could see all 3 going. That would be amazing.
Nothing more to say there, really.
No. 86s then.
Yeah.
These are getting pretty heavy. You can compare this to the current 87s, which never got hit, by the way. There were world standards of 132, 164, 294. I think they've realized that these numbers are too high, so they've made some good changes because they've dropped them down a bit. 129, still heavy, but 129 snatch, 162 clean and jerk, 289 total.
I'm thinking Salford.
Salford and Liang Xiaomei.
Yeah.
Those are the 2 that I'm eyeing up for this.
62 for Salford or 63 for Salford in Norway.
63. I mean, she must be thinking world record in front of my home country.
Exactly, yeah.
Although more in front of home countries, they care more about golds, don't they? It's more important.
Yeah, you want to get on the top of the...
So if
podium.
Liang Xiaomei returns, she's going to have to fight for gold.
Yeah.
If Liang Xiaomei's not there, I think she'll take 63 as an attempt. I mean, what's
129 though,
what's she done?
she's not snatched more than
I want to say 23 snatch.
Yeah. Might have been Paris.
Yeah, and then she's definitely clean and jerked 160. I mean, they're going to be big, but she was doing these having to cut down and be a little bit light in the 81s.
Whereas this 86 class is sort of bang on for her, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Oh, it's a really nice category for Salford. And then the final one, the final category to go through is the women's plus 86s. So I guess we can say all times because it kind of is an all-time category. The all-time world records, and they've changed. So if you think you know what they are, and you think it's Tatiana's 155 and her 193, it's actually not, because when was it? A couple of years ago, she was retroactively popped. So the heaviest lifts that are still recognized by the IWF, 151 from Tatiana, 192 from Zhu Lulu of China, and 333 from Zhu Lulu. The current super heavyweight world records, however, are 149 from Li Yan and 187, 335 from Li Wenwen. The current world standards, 144, 181, 325. If Li Wenwen doesn't come back, that clean and jerk might not get
Yeah, I'm
taken.
just thinking that. I feel like the snatch...
Li Yan can have the snatch.
Li Yan will come and get the snatch if she goes to Norway.
Yeah, 145, she can do that. She's already got the world record at 149.
The 81, yeah, that might take a bit of time for Li Yan.
I feel like she needs to get bigger.
Yeah, I mean, she can...
She's got time, she's young, and she's relatively small at super. But I think a 182, 400-pound clean and jerk, there are not many women who've ever lived who can do it. Maybe 6. And Li Wenwen's probably the only one. And I don't think she really cares about world records.
She's not been pushing.
She's just not got much to prove.
Yeah.
She just will want to beat Li Yan, if anything. So
That's an interesting one, actually.
yeah, definitely.
That 181.
Yeah. So that's it. Those are the world records, the new world standards. Let us know what you think. Let us know which categories are going to be most easily destroyed. And then also which ones are just going to sort of hang around there for a while. Kind of like that 102 snatch record that we never got to see. I don't even know if it was No, it was attempted. It was attempted, but we never saw it made. What else? Do you want to mention that Carlos little clothing collection that's coming soon?
Yeah, why not?
So we don't know the exact date, but it's probably going to be
First or second week in July, hopefully.
Yeah, I reckon sort of 7th or 8th of July
Yeah.
is when we can expect it. Like Carlos clothing that you all saw and people really loved in Moldova at the European Champs is finally coming out.
Yeah. So we're adding to the equipment collab that we did with Carlos.
The I win, you lose.
I win, you lose. He was desperate for, how does he pronounce the leggings? Leggings?
Yeah.
Leggings.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a pair of leggings, pair of shorts, and a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
And we've actually done, we did the T-shirt a while ago.
Yeah, the T-shirt we've had ready for a while.
We might have had that since March.
And if you're going to be at the British Champs,
yeah, we might have them there.
We might have them there.
Yeah, we'll have a stand at the British Champs.
Yeah.
I may or may not be there, but Nick will.
Yeah. So if they're not on the website, we might actually have the T-shirts before.
That's true.
Available to buy.
That's true. And then the leggings and shorts were a little bit tougher to do because new seams, wasn't it?
Yeah, the design that we went
piping.
for, we tried piping for the green and grey lines, but it didn't feel right. It wasn't stretching with the fabric, so we've gone for some seams instead, which
it
do
sort of,
stretch with the
restricted your. Looked great, but it felt restrictive at the bottom of a squat, didn't it? Switch the piping for seams, and then everything stretches at the same sort of rate as the rest of the legging, and it looks really nice. Yeah, so that's coming out very, very soon, early July. Also out at this point, 5mm knee sleeves.
Curved belt
and maybe the curved belt. We're launching that very early July as well. And that's already set a world record.
Yeah,
Rahmat Owen Abdullah,
not
205.
know that.
Yeah, we didn't expect him to wear it. We knew he had it because we've been trying to get him to help us come up with a really good curved neoprene belt because that's what he likes. That's what he always lifts with. But it's not easy to get Rahmat to do something in terms of his equipment. He's very superstitious in that way. So when he just walked out on the platform, we saw it. It was a bit of a, oh my word, we've done it. Not only are we about to get another world record in something that we've made, but we've made a product that's now ready to go to market because if he says it is, then it is. And that was early May. So it's been a couple of months.
Yeah.
And now we've got them all ready for everyone else. So
it's great for people who find it like the neoprene belt pinches on the sides.
Yeah. Some people just don't have a big gap between their hips and the start of their ribs, so they just need something a bit thinner there. Olivia's the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fits more like a leather belt, but with a neoprene.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? So yeah, head over to weightlifthouse.com and the not the leather belt, the curved belt and the 5mm knee sleeves are in our 3 for 2 deal, so you can buy any two, get a third free. And then obviously the Carlos stuff just looks amazing, and that's available for you to get along with Lasher stuff, Lasher clothing, 90s, and obviously we've got some more cool stuff coming out soon as well. So yeah, we appreciate you all tuning in. Head to the link down below to grab any of that stuff, and we'll see you all on the next episode of the Weightlifting House podcast.